Hello there, people of Peopleston. I'm currently watching Coffee Time with Dodger and friends from CoxCon 2015 live and drinking coffee. When it struck me that, hey, I haven't done a vlog thingy in a while again. For everybody who doesn't know Coffee Time is basically Dodger has her own coffee channel for Coffee Time, where she just sits down every day and has a cup of coffee and talks up to 10 minutes into a camera without any point. I mean, sometimes maybe she has a point. I personally couldn't do this because I don't think that there's not enough interesting stuff happening in my life for a daily one. So I don't do it because I don't want to talk about work here, and since work is taking a lot of time, a lot of my time, or occupying a lot of my time during the week, I'm like, yeah, each day, doing this each day and talking about, oh, well, today at work, nobody would want to hear this, and never would do it daily without talking about work. I would run out of ideas and topics very, very quickly. So I basically do it when I have to talk about something. Today I have to talk about something, so I have an actual topic. Also, first things first, what do you think of my new swag shirt? It's actually my dad's. Story behind it is that I was at my parents' earlier this week because my mom was celebrating her birthday, and she was like, "Oh, I want all my kids to be there for her and her grandchildren for a big dinner." And well, since all my sisters and therefore all my brothers-in-law as well as all my nephews and nieces all live in my hometown, for them it was easy to say, yeah, sure, okay, we save the date. For me it was like, well, looks like I have to take a day or have to take off one more day after Eurofurns so I can be there as well. The thing was, I called my mom literally minutes before I was leaving for the bus. I was standing there in my shirt, which was only a short sleeve shirt, and I was like, I went out on the balcony and I was like, Actually, it was 10 p.m. in the night, and I was out there with my short sleeve shirt, and I was like, it's actually rather warm. The weather is super. I don't need a jacket or anything, or I don't need to pick something longer, warmer, or a coat or anything. And I was like, but then again, I'm traveling cross country tonight, and I don't know if it will be the same tomorrow morning when I arrive at my parents. So I called my mom and was like, hey, mom, just wanted to check before I leave. Is the weather on your end of the nation as great as it is here? And she was like, oh yeah, weather is great. The report is already also saying that it will stay great for the next few days. So I was like, oh, awesome, I don't need to take a coat. So I walked there, and the very morning I came out there and I was like, a little bit fresher than I expected. So I met with my best friend there. And it's a thing, I usually meet her whenever I am in my hometown, since, well, it's the only time we actually see each other, since she is very busy and barely ever makes it to Berlin. So I was like, we met, and the idea was that we meet directly after the train station. Direct at the train station, and then we just have a breakfast or a coffee or something. Oh, by the way, I drink coffee again, but very rarely. It's not a daily thing for me anymore, especially not a multiple times a day thing. It's really just every now and then I feel like a cup of coffee. I drink one, but it's maybe once or twice a week. Just to keep you updated on this topic, which probably interests you like zero. So yeah, and we were like, so what do we want to do? Where do we want to go? And I was like, I'm fine with everything as long as we can go somewhere, because it's kind of cold. It was still nice weather, but it was a few degrees colder, and it didn't really get better throughout the day. And then when I wanted to leave the next day, was it even the day itself when I asked for something to wear, and I was like, oh well, it's a little bit fresh. I could use just asking Dad, do you have anything I can wear, which is a little bit warmer than just my short sleeve shirt. And so he gave me that, and then they were like, son, what if it is cold in Berlin as well? You take this with you. And I was like, okay. So I'm still wearing it. It's a little bit short on the sleeves. So the next time I will be at my parents, I will bring it back. But for now, I have it. So here I am. And this wasn't even the story I wanted to talk about. But yeah, now we went with that. I don't know. I guess I keep my other story, which is not actually a story. It's more about a thought that popped into my head, and I was like, "Oh, I want to talk about this." Okay, I still want to talk about it. Screw this. It's not a long thing anyway, so I do it right now, anyways. When you are a member of the furry fandom and take part in furry meetups and gatherings every now and then, you will come across more exotic people. It is. I had this discussion at Eurofurence with a friend, like egg or what is it? Egg or chicken? This probably sounds super ambiguous in context with furries, but no, I'm really about the question: what was first, the egg or the chicken? The furry fandom has very, especially when it comes to gender identity and stuff like this, a very wide spectrum and a very high percentage of people who are of a more exotic gender identity or sexuality or whatever. And once again, we can't really tell at this point, since the fandom as a thing is about 30 years old, and furries have been around since the beginning of time. I mean, the very first drawings at walls were basically some kind of anthropomorphic beings. So yeah, furries are probably the oldest fandom, period. Deal with it. But yeah, as a thing, the furry fandom exists for about 30 years. So yeah, it had a lot of time to develop. And a lot of people, I mean, when you are a furry, you are into who, not really human, you are into humanesque entities. And there is some exoticness to it, some for some furries, it is about metamorphosis and stuff like this. And so you can kind of understand how people who also feel not at home in their own body feel attracted to a group of people who celebrates the not being normal human and metamorphosis and hybrid beings as a thing. So yeah, long story short, where I want to get is that at one of the meetups I met a person, let's keep it neutral at this point in the story, a person, biologically, obviously a guy. I mean, I could tell, voice a little bit deeper, facial structure, guy and everything, but long hair, wearing a dress. The insensitive idiot I am, so during the conversation I was making some kind of like wah, 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 and he's doing blah 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 blah, and he's just looking at me, she, and I'm like, damn it. And then first of all, I was super confused at this point, like, did I misjudge the facial structure and everything? Is it actually a girl with a very, very masculine look and voice, and I just screwed up horribly? But a little bit later down in the conversation, he was talking about being a transgender, and I was like, whew, thank goodness. Well, then again, it still was offensive to him personally, but here's the thing where I wanted to get, that it is, I try to be really sensitive about this kind of stuff and doing it correctly, but it gets really complicated to respect every. It's a person I met at this night the first time. I never knew him her. See, I'm still doing this. It's horrible. I never met her before, and I completely subscribe to the idea. I absolutely subscribe to the idea what many people say, like when they are like, a transgender. What do we call them? A he? A she? What do we do? The simple answer so many people give, and I love it, is whatever they want. Call them whatever they want. What does it fucking matter if they are biologically a boy or a girl and they identify as something else? Just be respectful to what they want and call them what they want. And I completely subscribe to that idea. But it can get really complicated. That's the point what I want to make. Because I meet those guys once a month. And when he will not, damn it, when she will not be there next week, next week is actually the next meetup, but then it will be a month down the line. Okay, in this particular case, I'm pretty sure I will remember her because of the incident, but when you see those people very, very rarely, and you have not on it, I have already a hard time trying to recognize everybody's name, or at least the names of some people, because I'm not good with names, and there are about 30 guys, at least 30 guys each week, and they switch out from month to month, every month. They switch from month to month. Not everybody is there every month. So I'm having a super hard time remembering their names alone. And now this entire being sensible about people's gender identity adds to the entire thing. Like, you don't only have to remember a name and a face, but also which gender you have to apply to the person. I know that this is not. I know this comes across. Maybe if you want to misinterpret me and be like, oh, hey, why is a gay hater or something, or anti-transgender? No, I'm really just being the average person who is like trying to do the right thing, but is simply like, oh, it's so complicated. I really just want to vent a little bit about it. I will continue trying to do my best to address everybody in the way they prefer to be addressed in, but I just want to point out that it can be really complicated at times, because you have to remember one more aspect for every person you meet now. So maybe this is also a shout out to everybody out there who is transgender or exotic in some other way. Please be patient with us people that if we don't get it right. Not all of us mean it badly. At least I don't. At least until I make it in a very mean way like oh, so you're a girl, so like being completely doing the completely sexist thing and calling guys girls and whatever. I do this as well. It's a thing like political correctness has their limits. But okay, very great idea, NY, opening this can of worms when you want to stop the video. Perfect idea. What do you guys think about it? Leave it in the comments below.